Hi, Linda back. Recently, I was browsing YouTube and they showed me a video from Charlie Kirk. This isn't political, this is just about something that he said. I only watched a couple minutes of it. It had this feminist woman that was spouting off. She was giving me a headache. But Charlie Kirk kept saying, women are happiest when they're married with children. And at first, my first thought was, no way! I was married for 10 years and they were the most unhappiest times of my life. But then I started thinking about it, and there are a lot of women that are happy being married and with children. I don't know if I'm totally unusual in the fact that I wasn't. But there are a lot of divorces. And from what I've heard, a lot of those divorces are started by women. So are they really happier? I mean, statistics, when I looked it up, did say that more women were happier being married with children. So I guess that was a somewhat true statement. But there still were quite a few women that were happy just being single. I have to wonder, because it's like, my marriage was horrible. That, as I said, it was like the worst 10 years of my life, probably, if I had to think about it. I didn't know what depression and anxiety were until I got married. But I talked about all that in another video, so I'm not going to go over it now. But it just made me think that I never had a desire to have children. In this world in particular, I don't understand why anybody would want to bring a child up in this world, compared to when I was growing up back in the 60s and 70s. This world is horrible. Nothing like it. But I can understand people wanting children, and especially if they're married in a good marriage too. There's so many single parent families. That just doesn't seem like it could be a very happy experience. Okay, you have your children, but how much work there is involved in that as a single parent. I can't imagine being happy that way. But he did say married with children. Okay, if you're in a happy marriage and you have children, I can see how that's a good thing. Because sometimes being single and alone is like, I'm happy being this way, but there are times I think it would be nice to have at least a partner or somebody living with you. I don't know. I've lived single so long, I don't know how I could. I'd have a hard time putting up with somebody, I think, in a living arrangement. But I don't know, maybe if it was the exact right person, but I do like my singleness, my aloneness, and being able to do what I want. Call me selfish, but I'm just used to that now, and it's like, and I'm also one of these people that doesn't have a really nurturing soul the way a lot of women do. I'm not putting them down, believe me. I wish I had a nurturing soul more than I do. But I think it was the way I was brought up. My mother wasn't super nurturing either. It's like, if we ever got sick or whatever, she always seemed to like, like we were a pain in the butt. She was not a happy person most of her life, I don't think. Although she had her moods up and down. But even still, I was brought up with not so nurturing families, so maybe that's why I'm not nurturing, I don't know. But both my sisters were nurturing. They both had 3 children and were very nurturing. I don't know. I was the oldest. I just always was an introvert. But anyway, what is your take? Are you happily married with children, or what's your, because I've never had children. I've just been married to somebody who was not my thing. Get married for the wrong reasons. What's your take on it?